So, uh, let me go to the first slide. I didn't want to start there. Yes, so this is my first slide. So, Miss Steven Gatana, or people just call me Steve, because when I tell them I'm Steven, they think the Steven with the V, but actually my name is Steven with PH. So I'm a software developer or a software engineer at Safe Motors. The photo on your right, that's me. And as most of you know, and as most of you know, maybe, or some, that's my wife. but then she was my fiancée then when we took this photo, but we got engaged and we decided to live together as a husband and wife. Right. So about me, so I was born and raised in Nakuru, and in a family of 7. I'm a fourth born in our family. And Nakuru is the town you can see on your right, and it's actually one of the cleanest town in Kenya. Yeah, at least I can brag, though. And I was raised in Nakuru until the age of 10. And so why 10? So we go to the next slide. So we then shifted to or relocated to a small town that within Nakuru County or Nakuru region called Gilgil. Why? Because my dad, as a teacher, he was transferred from Nakuru to Gilgil. So from the age of 10 to like now, we've been living in that rural home. And where the arrow points, that's somewhere where our home is located. All right. So we continue with about me. So my favorite pet is a cat, as you can see. So I just love, maybe when I'm tired of coding, I just invite this friend of mine, and maybe we have, like I code while he is next to me. Yeah, so that's all about me. So about the languages, because I know maybe this one will come later. So I speak English, Swahili, Kikuyu, which is like a local, or from my tribe, and is nicknamed as Kenyan French by locals. So the reason is nicknamed Kenyan French because like this community is the majority in Kenya. So like majority of us of Kenyans speak this language. So it's common like in every town. You won't like, you will get at least 2 or more people speaking in Kikuyu. And I know a little bit of French. So bonjour everyone. Oh, right now is not bonjour. I think it's bonsoir. Yeah. So, please correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So on to the next slide about my education. So being born and raised in Nakuru, so I did my lower education in Nakuru. That is my primary and secondary school in Nakuru town. And then later joined Maseno University. So Maseno University is the photo attached on your left. And I joined to study computer science and technology. So I graduated in the year 2015. And then from there, my career journey started. So in October, like I finished or I completed my studies in July. So in October, I was attached still in Nakuru as an ICT intern at the judiciary, and I was based in Nakuru Law Courts. And then from there, down there, we have January 2016. I joined a real estate company here in Nairobi called Dolphins Real Estate as a system administrator. And then since then, it's when I started like the dream of becoming a software engineer, like became like a reality. So I decided to now join Andela as a fellow, where now I acquired skills of like being able to now call myself a software engineer, because by then I had this calling, but I felt due to peer pressure, people could discourage you by telling you that software engineering is hard. Why not venture into something else? So I was really into networking, and I always dreamt of maybe joining telecoms companies like Safaricom or any other telecom company. So, and that's why, but when I joined the real estate firm, company, I was tasked in coming up with the real estate management system with help from the director, who was kind of IT guy. He mentored me, and when we deployed the system, like when it became live, that's when I realized that I can do, like I can be a software engineer. So I joined Andela in July 20. So I worked with Dolphins Real Estate from January 2016 to July 2017. Then I got an opportunity to join Andela, whereby I've been working since I joined this awesome company called Safe Motor. But now I believe I'll edit that, called Kango Africa. And I have tried my best to like you can.
What are we called again? 254 SMCG.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi password. That's really nice, really cool. So, and I'm proud. So since June 2019, I've been working with Kango Africa, and a very unique in its own way, like a very unique company. And I'm actually loving it here. I can't compare this environment with anyone, like any of the listed companies. Yeah. So I'm proud actually to be associated with Safe Motors. Yeah, you should buy me a pizza, Peter and Nash. So my hobbies, okay, this is not like a hobby, but since that dream came to reality, I love coding, but when I'm not coding, this is what I do. So when I'm away from the keyboard, one, I love sports, and they are not like all the sports that I love. So I love watching, like I'm so into motorcycle racing, and I once shared with Peter that I'll become a biker someday. So yeah, and also love football and rugby. Rugby, I started the rugby journey since I was in high school. I used to play because I was I think the only guy who had some fats back in high school. So they thought maybe rugby is associated with strong people, not even strong, like huge people. So I generated, like I had that passion of playing rugby. And then I love swimming, though I won't say that I know how to swim, but I love swimming. So most of the time what I do, I enjoy my time in the water, like playing with water, and though I can't like swim. And then the most, and I think this one we started when I was a child, is that I love food. So if you don't find me in these two places, you'll find me in kitchen. So like trying to come up with any type of food. And through that, I've been like able to learn some or almost everything. Like I can cook, though not perfect, but I think I can cook anything. Yeah, so that's me. Some of the memorable moments. So here, this is Naivasha. So Naivasha is between, it's on the west of Nairobi, and it's between Nairobi and Nakuru. Nairobi and Nakuru, where I was raised and born. So, and most of this is one of the unique places in Kenya. Maybe once you visit, you'll have to, maybe you might decide to go and visit Lake Naivasha, because it's unique in its way, because it's where the second highest mountain in Kenya is called Mount Longonot, and then we have a lot of nature, like we have wild animals, we have a unique lake, we have, so it's something. We have geothermal. That's where geothermal project is generated in Kenya, and considering the fact that Kenya is the first number one in geothermal generation, so it's something like the scenery there is unique, and also the activities that happens there. So memorable moments. So the guy you see me holding there is my niece, and I love this boy very much. But maybe soon that love will not last for long, because there's someone who is on the way coming. So this one, the picture where you can see the pointer or the cursor, that's me during my graduation in 2015. So I remember this because the tinsel was like, I was put that tinsel by my late granddad, and we were so close with him. So this reminds me of him, and he was excited that I don't know if maybe he thought I would not finish school, but I did, and I proved him wrong. And then the photo with my wife, this is when we visited Lake Naivasha, and we were at the sanctuary, and this is when I proposed. So I also remember, like, that day will remain special to me. And then the photo at the bottom, where we were acting. It was a cultural day at Andela, so I was the king, and it was somehow hilarious. And then the photo where there is water. So this is Kisumu, where this is the border between Kenya and Uganda. Yeah. And then I remember it because this was the last day, my last day in school. And then the photo with a suit, that's when I was actually, when I was an attaché in Nakuru, or the judiciary, I was tasked with a presentation whereby I was presenting before the Chief Justice and the Speaker of the National Assembly in Kenya. So that's why I groomed like that. And those short, but we come to the end of our presentation, and I take this moment to allow you people to ask me anything. Yeah. Thank you.
What's the more beautiful city, Naivasha or Nakuru?
Nakuru, of course, actually, because it's the cleanest, and we have flamingos. Yeah.
So I come from the most beautiful city on earth. You come from one of Kenya's safest with flamingos. Do I win or do you win?
Pardon? I didn't get that.
No problem. Tony, are you drinking a beer?
Yes, he is. And I'm drinking hot water.
Okay, I have a question. So,
Yes, please.
Steve, you wanted to drive to Tony's family house and Peter's family house. How long would it be by car?
So if I were to drive between my house and Tony's house and Peter's house, so I'll start with Peter's house. So if I were to drive from my house to Peter's house, I think it will take like 30 minutes. If I were to drive from my house to Tony's house, and by this I think you mean their home, their rural home, yeah? Hi, Nash.
I think
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I am. So, if I were to drive from my home, that's what I mean. I think you mean like my rural home to Tony's rural home. It will take like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I can see the area Peter come from, where at my home, like at my place. It's not far.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Engineer. The place is called Engineer, and they farm a lot of potatoes.
All right.
So, Stephen, I have a question, right?
Right.
You said you love cooking, so looks like you and I will be good friends.
Of course.
I wanted to know, what's your favorite Kenyan dish?
Nyama choma.
Oh, that's not
What's your favorite international dish to cook?
Oh, all right. So I think I'll go with something that has meat in it. Like I don't have a favorite one, but something that has meat. I think I'm so obsessed with meat.
Okay. Do you have a question? All right. Do you have a question?
Okay. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for your presentation. Now we have a problem, which is usually we celebrate the last week birthdays here, but tomorrow's Christian Malumba's birthday. So I don't know. Should we sing? So Monday is Martorell. Do we sing now or do we sing next week? But we've already started bringing it up, so I say we do it now. Okay.
Right.
So 2, 1. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary.
Happy
birthday
birthday.
Okay. Okay, thank you everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Have a great.
You too.
Yeah. Tony, no alcoholism at work.
We're in the meeting room, we're not in the office.
Bye everyone.
Sijui nini yangu imepotea.